been in a urinal for a day.
Huh?
What's the least amount of money you would want to chew some gum that's been in a urinal?
Oh, dude, I do that free.
Really?
Yeah.
The Stamper, I was next to Stamper one time. He said, "Free gum," and he picked it up and started chewing it. And I gagged.
I said pea gum.
Chris, you know you were talking about your dad walking up to you earlier in the pool and saying, "Hey, stop that."
That was my dad, yeah.
Yeah. Is it like, have you ever, how often does that happen to you where you, as you're coming, somebody like is like, "Hey," and they talk to you?
Have you ever been
It's such a fucking good world-breaking experience.
I've been very, very lucky to that's never happened to me.
Oh god, I got
except for
so lucky.
My very first lovely time.
One time when I was about 14, I was masturbating, and the second I was coming, my dad was like, "Zach," and I was like, "Oh no!" It was so uncomfortable.
Oh god,
Because I was in that state of like,
Yeah, but he just called your name. He didn't walk in.
yeah, but I don't want his fucking name. I don't want his voice somebody in the wall and coming and like.
I don't even need somebody to do that. Every now and again, I'm in the wrong mindset and I'm jerking off, and right as I'm coming, something comes into my head that I don't want to see.
Oh yeah.
But you know, there's been a few times where I've been jerking off, and my mom will like open the door to be like, "Dinner's ready." And she'll be looking at me, and I'll have my big hairy dick in my hand. I'll be like, "Okay."
Yeah.
She'll like
That's
close the door.
Just close the door.
Yeah.
Oh man, if
If your dad walked in with his big dick in his head, he'd be like, "Chris, Mom said it's time for dinner."
My mom walks in with her big hairy dick in her hand.
Yeah.
Oh, she comes in and she says, "Dinner's ready," and then she comes
Stop
up
fucking around. She's a huge
talking about
coffee.
her dinner.
My cat walks by with his huge dick in its hand.
like once my parents left the house, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have a big fucking butt naked wank today. When you
get totally naked.
It's an event.
And then, so I turned on the porno. I fucking lay down in bed like this. I lay down on my bed.
What's this porno?
It's not 1980 dial. I rented a porno today, honey.
No, there's porn. Like,
What's the alternative?
Porn is
Porn. Why drop the old? Why even add the old?
How do you why? Okay, Zach, you add. Okay.
This is the old guys with mustaches.
Porn is the genre. Porn is the collection. Porno is a porno. One porno.
It's like cactus and cacti. I'm sorry.
Niall said porno as in he's got a very specific porno in mind. And who the fuck are you, Zach?
Oh, fuck
I
you.
guess you call pizza za and pepperoni and
You say, "Hey guys,
mozzarella.
we go up some girls." I said, "What's a girl?" You say, "Hamburger."
You call strawberries straws and blueberries bloobs.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Oh, exactly.
Stamper, are you a
And I
blue
thought it
guy?
was hilarious that you call blueberries blue.
Are you a blue guy?
What?
Are you a blue guy?
I'm a slut guy.
What?
But anyway, butt naked wank.
Oh yeah.
So like I laid down and got ready for a big
A butt naked wank, for those of you who don't know, is where you eat a Hot Pocket first to get your energy up,
Yep.
and then all the grease that's on your fingers, you don't even give a shit. You just rub it on your body because you're going to go into your room.
You're just a mess at this stage. You don't care. You're like, I'm the biggest perv in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like I love being a fucking dirty perv.
And every porno you look up,
yeah, they're just more
it's
perverted
not
than
good
the
enough.
rest.
You find another one.
Yeah, like it has to be something. Actually, that's something that happened to me. Every porno I watch now has to be, or porn has to be slightly weird in a way. Like it has to be something weird going on in it. Like I don't know.
We're so spoiled nowadays.
I know.
I remember when porno first, I was like, wow, there's porno on the internet. I used to jerk off to ads because it took so long to download stuff. There would just be a girl in an ad with
Just
her
get
titties out.
frustrated, you're like, whatever,
I
yeah,
would
dude.
jerk off to the advertisement, the banner, literally the banner ad. I would jerk off to.
I saw one porn video a couple days ago that I actually was just disgusted by. At first I was like interested by it. It was this girl sucking a dick, and I was like, yeah, I could dig this. But then she took her nipple and put it in his dick hole, and I got so repulsed. Like, that is completely true. I'll show you the
Is that
fucking
even
video.
possible?
Yes, big dick hole, small nipple. I don't know. They figured it out. She started bringing the titty up to the dick, and I was like, yeah. And then she went,
You know what?
And
You brought that
I recoiled back and closed down.
That's not something you randomly stumble on.
It was called blowjob video. I said, wow.
Yeah, bullshit.
Oh, Zach,
You're all
I'll
kinds.
show you the
Zach,
video.
Zach, you're well-
Whatever, Mr. Goldfish pitcher. I hear it. What?
You're into the blobes, right?
I never stumble on shit like that when I'm looking for porno. You were looking for something really
I've been
sadistic.
watching porn for like the last 10 years completely innocently.
What'd you search for, baby boy?
Local job.
To find
Dick it, so
And you got
that's a
nipples
dick,
going
though. That's
inside
just a
dick holes.
dick.
That's bullshit. Bullshit. I call it bullshit.
However, my
then
story
she stuck the
anyway.
whole titty in the dick on.
Lying in bed, butt naked wank. Okay.
Okay.
Right. I go like I just go on for fucking an hour. I'm like yeah, and then I just come everywhere. And then what you call it? Literally just as I turned it off, like keep in mind I was lying in my bed facing the door. Then I just got dressed really fast, and the second I had my pants like zipped up, my dad just opened my door really fast. I was like, Holy.
What they say to you?
No,
I smell cum.
Yeah. Oh god, that was.
Oh my god, I just remember. I thought I never got caught jerking off before. I got caught in the aftermath of jerking off once. I was watching scrambled porno on TV. You know how you have scrambled porno channels and you get that gross like green thing? I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
Green thing?
What?
Like when you have because you didn't pay for the channel, it's like scrambled porno on TV. So if you pay, you could hear sound kind of.
Oh shit.
But I was jerking off to scrambled porno. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm intrigued.
Damn it. But I fell asleep on the lazy boy in my living room and my dick was hanging out of my zipper and my dad came home while I was sleeping and he came up and he put his hand on my shoulder and he was like, son, you fell asleep on the couch. I was like, what are you doing here, Dad? And I took my dick back into my pants. There's no hiding that. He just wanted me to get up and go to sleep. That was embarrassing.
Have you ever had one of those wanks that like literally lasts like 3 hours?
Yeah,
and you're
just-
like, oh, and you're like so horny, and your like dick is like literally like just pissing lube, and you're just like, oh, this is the best. And then the second you come, you're like, that was the biggest waste of my life.
Yeah,
that was,
I feel like such a
stupid.
perv.
You just feel like an idiot.
Every time I finish coming, I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
I was watching the most depraved shit, and then when I'm done doing it, I'm looking at what the girl's actually doing.
Yeah.
And her intestines are hanging out, and I'm like, and as I'm coming, I'm like blocking the vision of the screen with my hand.
Yes, no, sometimes, like, I've been a little bit more into the facials. Here's an update for you, folks. Who've been listening. I'm a little bit more into the facials
I
now.
fucking told you. You fucking gave me shit for that.
I did. I'm 2% more into it. But every time...
Yeah, he loves that.
No, I said I hated it before. I'm 2% more into it. I won't turn it off.
No, you can't be just 2%.
No, he's bullshitting.
You're 25
He actually is
at least.
bullshitting. He told me like a year ago that he loves blowjobs. Like,
I do love blowjobs.
Pornos. Like,
I don't like facials, though.
I love facials.
But my point is, before I close the video out, if I should facial. But now, anyway,
I
but I still...
understand how people jerk off to blowjob videos. I'll never understand that.
You lick on asshole stamper.
it needs
Yeah.
You like a big brown puppy
You don't
asshole.
get to ask that question.
It needs to
That's
have.
where your wiener goes.
It needs to have an asshole before I come. I think. Like I can't really come.
Now, whenever I see a girl's asshole, I go put some pants.
You guys are literally like, it has to be the dirtiest
it
hole.
does, it does.
Shit must come from it for me to come.
Yeah.
What? Nobody said that.
That's what an asshole is.
Yeah,
No, it's the most forbidden part of a girl's
know.
Because
body.
shit comes there.
And when she grants you access to that, I derive a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, but that's
Stamper's doing that
that's
fucking
how I
evil
feel.
hands.
That's how I feel with facials, because it's like if a girl lets you facial on her, she'll pretty much do anything.
Every girl will let you facial.
No, they will not.
Yes, they will.
My problem is the facial still look
surprised.
impressive. I'm still cringy, like wincing, like oh yeah, you know.
Well, that's not the same thing as permission.
Stay tuned, feminists. There'll be more talk.
I know.
This is borderline misogyny.
This is the patriarchy at work.
Is it misogynistic to talk about sex
come on a
in
girl?
general?
Yeah,
No.
it's misogynistic to wear men's clothes.
No,
You're a
listen.
man.
Zach had the most like point that blew my mind the other day. He's like, feminists are so far left that they're gone right again. Like feminists, like they were.
I don't even know what left and right means.
Somebody posted. I got this a couple of times. Somebody posted something called the horseshoe theory, which is the far left and the far right are actually closer than the moderate.
It's so true because like some feminists will be like, don't degrade girls by letting us bend over and do us doggy style because doggy style's for animals. But then like
What I don't get is
But it's up to the girl. Then
the
you're-
whole like I thought the whole 70s like feminist thing was like fuck you, don't tell us what to wear,
Yeah.
they're naked with their titties out.
Yeah.
But now it's the exact opposite. Now it's like you can't show a fictional character with boobs. They have to have small breasts and a chubby body. It's like
And that's like what the 50s patriarchy were saying. Like,
yeah, it's like that's what like 50s actual misogynist assholes were saying.
It's
Don't show your ankles, slut, you dumb whore. Don't show your ankles, bitch.
I'll tell you one thing. Every weird, depraved thing I've ever done to another female was done because she asked me to do it.
Or you
I'm always
asked- you
really
asked-
bashful. I don't want to do things.
I'm bashful. I'm just kind of afraid to ask for like really like. Well, it's not really. I never really do really bad shit, but I'm afraid to kind of ask for like.
I don't even want to ask about things.
Yeah, I don't ask. I don't really ask.
Women pulled me into the void of despair a long time ago.
I just do. I don't ask.
Here's what I do.
Don't fire at me.
Here
Again.
comes.
Can I come on you? Thanks.
Oh man, you bent over right on Chris's face until you're gonna fire at me.
Squirt, squirt. Thank you.
Sweet. Here, let me pull up this porno I saw the other day. Wait 1 second.
My pussy is so wet.
I'm here to fix your sink.
Oh, fix my pussy with your dick.
Okay.
Let me spread my legs for you.
What appears to be the problem, ma'am?
My pussy it has a severe lack of dick. Can you fix that, sir?
Yeah. Okay, I'm fucking you now.
I don't want to help, rape! Rape!
Ow. No, that was stupid.
No,
Yeah,
I don't
that was
know
the
why.
point of me pulling it up. I thought it was pretty
That's
odd.
just disrespectful to the audience, though. You know something?
Oh, says the guy who says he wants to shower a girl's face with his semen. Okay.
And
Yeah. How's that not disrespectful? You said you want to make a Gandalf beard with your semen on a girl, and that's your...
I didn't say a word to you. I said I did.
Oh, well then your dream's accomplished.
That's why I call my balls Bilbo Baggins.
Why, because it's a hobbit size? You son of a bitch.
It's like a little bag. Two little dildos.
Bilbo
inside.
Baggins.
Baggins.
They live in Bag End.
Gulp's my dick. Very good joke. It's nothing.
Bill Ball Baggins.
Have you ever fucked... Stamper, here's a true question. Have you ever fucked a swamp ass?
No.
What do you think it would be like? Do you think it would hurt, or do you think it would be warmer?
There'd be a guy playing a banjo on a little boat inside. You don't come around here often. Never seen you here before. So we can pull out real
You come over my house with some gumbo.
I didn't even get the swamp joke until just now. It was just funny just thinking of little guys swimming around the swamp. He's playing the fucking banjo.
Watch out for gators.
It was way funnier than the actual swamp.
There's a sinkhole here. Watch out.
Roger for gators.
Stamp, I bet you could fuck your own ass. I bet you've got one of those gross fucking bendy dicks.
I do have a bendy dick.
Well, did you fuck your ass?
Boomerang dick?
No.
But you have a boomerang or a coat hanger, Rick? Where it's like, is it a slight, like a banana curve, or is it like a fucking 90-degree angle?
Mine slightly curves upwards.
Okay, but I mean, is it
I
like
have a banana wiener.
Okay.
Mine kind of swings the left a little bit.
Mine swings left too.
Yeah.
But not that much. Like
Yo, mine is resting like right here.
10%.
Mine points where the pussy's at. But
Points
There's a pussy right behind you though.
this is the closest that it goes up
It'll
my
make it roll
ass.
into itself.
It like bends back behind your legs and puts it underneath your asshole.
And you're like, oh god!
Get out of here!
It points to the closest girl.
Why is it pointing at me?
It points to the closest butt, sorry. You ever see those pornos where there's a girl standing on a landmine, she can't move? Because
The guy just walks over and comes out and walks away.
the landmine, the trigger clicked, but she can't lift her leg up or she'll explode. So the guy comes up and just comes on her.
Is that a real
And
point?
he walks through, like, comes out of the leg, he just leaves.
And she can't move, so she just stands there and she's mad. Like,
That
"Don't
guy-
come on me!
That guy
Don't
likes
come
the
on."
fucking danger, because...
Never mind, her life is in danger, but she's just mad that
Yeah, but that guy's life is also in danger.
dude, it's so awesome.
She could kill both of them.
I'm not, dude, it's
so hot, dude.
It's so fucking hot.
And
I've
sometimes,
never-
and the bonus is,
That is a form of
if
rape.
they do blow their legs off, you get amputee porn. It's a win-win.
I know. She blows her legs off. He blows his leg.
Dick, he blows his dick off.
I once
all
saw
over
this.
the leg.
I once saw this midget porn where they're all bouncing on the bed having a pillow fight, and it was so fucking funny. And then they're also like getting dildos and
Fucking each other.
Yeah, I don't know why it was so funny, but like they were having such a great time. It was just a bunch of midgets.
Isn't
and they were,
Mickey a
like,
slur?
or sorry, little people, and they're all just jumping on the bed like laughing and having the most like best time ever. And then they all just started fucking. I was like, I wonder what I was doing at that exact moment when this was happening. Like, was I don't know, at work or at
Just
school?
walking around while he's...
Walking around, and like, could that be going on right now?
Of course.
There's horrible things going on right this second.
Somebody's getting their head sawed off.
Yeah,
in the
in
basement.
Brazil.
right now.
Right now.
Stamper, have you ever heard of the site Chatterbait?
Yeah,
I love Chatterbait.
I know. You told me about it.
Yeah.
You look at that cosplay Carrie on that.
Yeah, but that's only because it's funny.
There's a girl on Chatterbait called Cosplay Carrie where she dresses up as Harley Quinn and fucks her boyfriend just as the Joker, and she gets so into character. She's like,
Oh, Mr.
so
J, put your dick in my pussy.
She's actually hilarious.
she's
and then
she's like the funniest woman in the world.
and the guy dresses up as like Ronald McDonald sometimes and fucks her. While she's dressed as someone from Resident Evil, and they're just having such a good time.
Yeah, they seriously they're just having a funny time. They're not taking it. Or
Dude, she's gonna be in Disney World when I'm in Disney World. No, I'm not gonna fuck her, obviously, but
No, you need her to.
I'll definitely get like her autograph or a picture with her or something.
Oh, Mr. J, spit in my cunt.
he's like, okay. He's like dresses like Ronald McDonald.
Sweet,
But
dude.
then now sent me that and we were both watching it. We were like,
So fucking funny.
I
Then we got our
saw
dicks
like
out.
Mario fucking Yoshi or something. It really bothered me. Only because it was incorrect. I was like, that would
You guys ever seen that ET porn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his fucking finger.
So funny.
If someone dressed up a girl as ET, like a big, she has the texture of like feces. She looks like big shit. Like,
Yeah, big-
ET's
big-
on
huge-
top.
big
The guy's just like
texture.
fucking her. It's like the grossest.
Oh, I saw another one where a girl was blowing ET, and it was the funniest thing.
You ever see the American Dad one where Roger looks so creepy? He has like those disgusting, like, those ping pong ball eyes? He's horrible looking.
You ever see the fucking Simpsons porn where Homer's impression is pretty spot on?
Pretty good.
It's the same cast in all of those porn parodies.
Really?
Yeah, James Dean, that fucking chick, or all those chicks. They're all the same. The Scrubs porno is actually funnier than the fucking thing. I tweeted that like a couple of weeks ago. But I was watching it, and it's actually funnier than the show.
Yeah, none of those are really badly written for the most part, which is surprising. You'd expect them to be hard, but you kind of like get a chuckle out of them.
It's one of the only ways porn industry can make money these days now.
Is porn parodies?
Yeah, selling parodies because it's so easily accessible.
I saw a Back to the Future porno once, and Marty was like an Indian dude.
Oh yeah! I forgot about that.
Remember that? He's like, Marty, you gotta come back to me. You gotta fuck your mother. He's like,
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I'd rather send it pass.
I want to just stay in my.
not want to work at 7-Eleven.
I will save this pack of gum.
This ain't racist at all, right? But it is. No, it's extremely true that every single time I go to a 7-Eleven, it's an Indian guy. What's with that?
And Dunkin' Donuts as well. I
What's
don't
with that?
understand it either, yeah.
That's not racist. It's true. You
I think-
literally you there walk into a 7-Eleven
any
right now. It's
convenience
an
store.
Indian guy.
Any convenience store that isn't a chain, really.
Yeah.
Except for 7-Eleven.
I just figured like one dude came over from India and he hooked up a 7-Eleven and then he started getting all his friends over and they never broke the chain.
You also invite your friends over every.
Sniper, I have a story. Well, it's not a great one, but there's you know the gas station beside our house, the one that's kind of convenient to go get like a drink or cigarette or something. Like you can just go in and get stuff.
Yeah.
The one that's near our house. You know the guy who works there?
Yeah.
He's a cranky cunt.
He's a
right?
dickhead.
He's such a dickhead. He always has his face on, and I was like,
There's two guys that work there. Is it a chubby Indian guy?
no,
This
it's
is
the
the dude who
tall
always
stick.
looks like his son died that day.
looks
Oh, he looks like an Easter.
Yeah, he's
an
a
Easter
fucking
Island statue.
dick. Once he was like to me, he was like, he was just standing cleaning the floors, and there was no other cashier, and I was standing at the thing, and he was just looking at me. But anyway, I was like, it's my goal to make this guy laugh. Like, before I move out, I just want to make this guy laugh just to see if I can, because like it's a challenge. And I couldn't do it. Every time I went in, I'd always try to make him laugh, and he would never
Why don't you just buy things from him and leave like normal people? Why are you trying to?
Because he's such a fucking dick.
It's not a fucking Robin Williams movie, dude. You're not gonna like engage this guy.
You're gonna break through to him.
It's just cold, man.
It was just a challenge. That's all it was. It was just a stupid
Give me an example. Give me an example. I'll be the Indian guy. You told me. Welcome.
No, he wouldn't even say that.
He doesn't say a word, dude.
Okay, fine. Let's
That's why it was even more of a
Let's
challenge.
suppose. Okay. Ding ding. You walk in.
Oh, I can't.
Would you walk up to him like, can I have some cigarettes?
No, yeah, I do an Arnold impression or something, try to make him laugh.
Yeah, that's funny.
What did you add? What have you actually done so far? I'm curious.
No,
now.
because I didn't finish my story yet. All right, so I went in. I tried to just make small talk and stuff, and I was like, damn, I'm getting nowhere here. And then one day, me and Shad walked down there, right? And Shad was looking like the fucking Unabomber. He was wearing sunglasses, a scarf covering his mouth and stuff. And Shad, we both walk in, and Shad goes, "I'm not armed, I swear!" And then the guy just goes, "Ha ha 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 ha!" I was like, dude, that's the fucking last thing I think of to try and make this guy laugh. And Shad did it in one goddamn
All it
go.
took was fucking horribly offensive racism.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's healing right there.
Yeah, but I was still happy that the guy laughed, but
Shad walked in that place one time and he looked at the guy. He's like, "Does this place get rubbed off in?" And the guy was like, "Excuse me." Yeah. Then Shad reached in his fucking big leather jacket and pulled out his card really fast. I was like, "Shad, you're a fool."
Jesus
Shad
Christ.
is mysterious.
Sweet, dude.
That's scary. What if the guy fucking blew his head off?
I know, because Shad was like, that's exactly the event of events in order. What happened?
Oh, but the time me and Shad went there was this old man sitting on a chair, this old white guy, right? And this is just when Stamper said white people complain all the time. It was kind of in my head, right? So we walked to that shop, and this Indian guy, Shad made the Indian guy laugh. I was like, okay. And then this fat white old guy was sitting on a chair, and he was going, "Takes a long time to clean this place." And it was this tiny little 4x4 fucking shop, and he was like, yeah, we have to replace the refrigerators. And Chad was kind of like looking at him really weird. He's like, yeah, it's cold outside now. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, white people do complain all the time. That story was going nowhere. I just wanted to kind of clarify.
They do. White people bitch about everything all day for no reason, and every other person on the face of the planet keeps their mouth shut and dies silently, regardless of how pissed off they are.
Yeah. So
You ever get into an Irish taxi?
yeah, that's the small talk capital of the world. Like,
How was the? Oh, it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's
Chris,
really interesting.
You and I took a taxi
always
down to
raining
that
outside?
shop.
Yeah.
what exactly?
You and I took a taxi down to that little, down, it was to some place, I forgot what it was. But yeah, he would not stop. He was like, it's raining today. You're like, yeah. He's like, oh, you from around here? You're like, yeah. He's like, oh, what do you do? You're like, I'm the animator. He's like, oh, like Disney? You're like, yeah. It's all like that. It was like, dude, nobody wants to...
I used to always fabricate stories of those
In America,
guys.
you get into a taxi, everyone shuts up, but in Ireland, you cannot. You have to talk to the driver, or else.
Yeah, weird.
Yes.
Or else you're weird. Yeah, well, he's bored, but they always kind of do seem like they're interested, but in a weird way. It's like,
No, but it's always like, oh, it's raining again. It's like, yeah, that's great. It's the 50 millionth time I've heard that.
yeah. And then they're like, oh, so what do you do? And you're just like, yeah, whatever, I do this. But like, I used to kind of fabricate stories to them because I was just bored of saying the same shit all the time. And I can't remember what I said. I remember saying I was a doctor at one stage and then getting caught out by the same guy by saying something else. I didn't realize it was the same guy. He was bringing me home and he remembered me.
So you were a liar, and then you got busted for lying.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know that whole weather spiel?
Yeah.
So you was wondering, I've heard that so many times, I almost feel like it's an insult at this stage.
Yeah,
Someone
how's
says
the
that-
weather? Have you seen the weather?
If someone says that to me,
It's like, it's almost like, yeah, I'm not interested. I just need to get your talk out of the way before I leave. It's like,
Bringing up the weather is the death sentence for a conversation.
like as soon as
Unless there's a
someone
fucking
does
tornado.
If you're in the same area with somebody, it doesn't make any sense. It's like,
Did you look up today? Did you study? Did you fucking
Sorry, they're not asking how's the weather. They're saying,
But bringing up the weather period, it's like, yeah, look at the weather today.
it's like, yeah, I
like,
walked
that's-
outside.
that's
Yes,
the
I
last
saw.
thing I care about. I honestly couldn't give one
Really
shit.
cold
but it's not
outside
just that.
today. Yeah,
They
it's
do.
fucking snowing.
It's why everyone's wearing coats.
Yeah, that's what they do. They do variations like, oh, it's cold, or like,
It's November.
yeah, no shit.
This happens every year. You're 50. You should have seen this at least 50 times
You
by
know that
now.
guy used to deliver us pizzas? It was fucking clockwork.
Oh god, this guy, right? This guy, he has no excuse because he was in his early 20s, right?
Yeah, he was our age.
He was our age, and he come to the door and he call and he just go like, "Lovely weather, isn't it?"
It was the
Christmas-
same sentence. The same sentence
Lovely
every
weather, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the weather or the weather
fucking
shit,
time.
isn't
And
it?
we
Eat
ordered
your pizza mad.
we ordered a shit ton of
Chris
pizzas.
did eat his pizza.
We
man.
ordered a
Let's do it.
fucking pizza every week, and it was always that guy. It was always lovely weather, isn't it? It's like, fuck you! I hate that.
And then there's this really idiot old guy.
Ah, he was
who
cool.
Always fuck up, but he was so
He's
nice.
trying to bond with you.
No, he's not. That's my point. They're not trying to bomb you. They're trying to get out of there, and they're trying to say something just to make them seem nice, but it just makes them seem fucking rude almost
Yeah.
at this stage.
What else are they gonna say?
Here's your pizza. Enjoy
Drink
it.
pizza.
Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy. Easy.
Oh, Snapper was a pizza man. He probably asked people about the weather. Oh no.
Oh, poor
never asked
baby.
anybody
Poor baby.
I'm sorry, Snapper.
I never asked anybody about the weather,
Oh,
Good.
but I'm awkward when I try to meet regular customers and stuff. I never know what to say. That's what I mean.
just Snapper. I have another tip story, right? You know, like,
What was the first story? The Arab story with the white guy. You said
Oh yeah, there's no ending to that story. That was. I
You
just
said
want-
white guys complain a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
And then you say he said that's a small thing, and then you.
on the previous podcast, Snapper was talking about white people.
No, I know
I
that.
have no problem with
Oh,
this guy.
is that the end of the story?
There was one time I went to that gas station and I left my keys there and I left town for like 3 weeks and then I went back and he was like, "Here's your keys, my friend." So I love that guy.
You know the way you were saying tipping people. Like I always tip people really well now, right? There's this one guy who came here once, and I tipped him like way over tipped him. I tipped him like $10 or something for a pizza, and he was so grateful. And the other day at the house, this wasn't even at the office. I ordered a pizza, and I tipped him nicely too online.
guy?
Yeah, and he forgot my drink. Actually, my drink wasn't billed or whatever. And then he goes, "You always tip me really well. I'm gonna go back and give you a free drink." And I was like,
You would be surprised what tipping was.
Yeah.
There's that one time we were all at the house and we tipped the guy like $10 and then I called him back because there wasn't enough pizza and then he brought the order back over to the house and he was like, "Oh, it's on the house."
"Yeah, this guy gave me he gave me like an on the house thing too." I was like, "Dude, like tipping people well always pays off,
Sure.
even when I'm poor as fuck, which I am."
You said when you tip a bitch at IHOP.
Oh yeah,
that's a
well that
fucking-
IHOP is a different story. That IHOP is a different story.
Let me tell you about IHOP. Fuck IHOP.
Yeah.
Explain why.
If you want bad service,
Snapper left his coat at IHOP like a jackass, and they stole it. They stole his money on the
Yeah.
inside. The end.
I was fucking robbed at IHOP. Fuck that.
And then did you complain? They were like, "Sorry, we can't find your money."
They have fucking cameras everywhere at IHOP.
Can I
It's
just say
like,
one thing about that IHOP? They segregate blacks from whites.
This is true.
This is
There's
true.
an IHOP in Abington Pennsylvania, where every time we
I
go
was
there,
fucking robbed.
the very same IHOP that Staple was robbed at, they have a left aisle, a middle aisle, and a left or right aisle. This happened at least 10 times when we've gone there. The left aisle has been completely filled with blacks.
Black people.
And black people. What? It wasn't
Blacks.
Blacks. And the middle was filled with whites.
White people.
Now, there's been a couple of times where the left whites. Ding. There have been a couple of times where the left aisle has not been.
Conjure up a butterfly?
Yes, there have been a couple of times where the left aisle has not been filled at all with blacks. Where it's been like half full, or a third full, or like 1/10 full. But it's still like one black person. It's baffling. It's happened so many
Weird.
times.
I don't get it. Like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious.
It's just weird. It's not even offensive. It's just like, what? It's bizarre. Are they afraid they're going to catch our white diseases? We're going to plague them?
I'll be damned if I eat breakfast next to a nigga.
This has been Sleepycast. You've been listening to Stamper, Niall, Zach, and Chris. If you'd like to send us stuff, send it to our P.O. Box listed in the description. You can also donate to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/sleepycabin. Yeah. Well, that's enough gay shit for me. Tune in next week. Stamper licks on a stinking asshole. Holy fuck.
There's a world as tangible as our own, impossible to see yet unavoidable to sense. A world enveloped by a seemingly unending ocean of forests. Buried deep in that forest, tucked away neatly within a blanket of twilight, lies a quaint little cabin. And in that cabin
is a bunch of guys who's a bunch of bullshit.
Hi, welcome to Sleepy Cabin, aka Sleepycast. I am your host, Corey Spaz Kid.
You don't know your name?
Your name is?
What is my name?
Jeff.
Yeah,
John.
there you go. Next, Corey.
Psychic Pebbles.
That's me.
Chris. Oni.
You got it. Welcome to the Q&A Spooktacular.
The second annual Q&A Spooktacular Extravaganza starring all of you idiots that sent in fucking dumb questions.
All these questions were sent in from the hot meme website reddit.com where you guys can send in questions. Hot fresh news off the press, yeah. So all these are from there, and if you want to ask questions for the next time, go there.
Stop fucking with people.
Me?
Alright,
I'm
let's...
not fucking... All the questions are from me.
alright, let's...
Don't send traffic to Reddit. Send it to Sleepy Cabin.
Where are they going to ask questions on Sleepy Cabin?
On the website.
Where?
Comments, dummy.
That's not what anybody said before.
Alright.
We've answered 0
Enough
questions for
games.
Sleepy Cabin.
Enough games. Turn off the Google meters. We gotta get back in there.
Okay,
We gotta get back into the real deal.
Yeah. Okay.
First question from Hombre Snoop Dogg. What is some weird shit you did as a kid that makes you want to go die when you remember it? Jeff.
I don't know what. I have like half a second to recall something.
Jeff, quickly. When you were a kid, like when
Makes
you
me
were a
want to
kid.
go. It has to make me wish I was dead thinking about it.
Just
something,
you go, oh my
something
God.
you did.
Or just
I'm not a
embarrassing.
degenerate. I don't know what to think. I don't say.
Honestly, that's one of those loaded questions where it's kind of like, there's really nothing you could do when you were a kid that's really that big
No,
of a
because
deal
I
in the
guarantee there's
future.
stuff you think back on, you go, oh my God.
I mean,
you
there's
should
stuff I
have
did
done
when
it.
I was a kid that I would like smack myself.
There's nothing that you recall that you did that makes you kind of shudder and go, oh God.
I do.
What did you do?
It's honestly the silliest, most like not big deal ever, but every time I think of it, I just want to kill myself.
What, Chris?
I was in school and I had a little iron giant figurine and I was playing with it on my desk, and then I remember specifically saying the words. I was imagining in my head a made-up character that he was talking to, and I said out loud, "I will kill you, Invisible." And 2 fucking girls looked at me and they started laughing at me. It was the most embarrassing
That
moment.
makes you want to kill yourself?
It makes me want to kill myself.
Give that story a 2 out
How
of
old
10.
were you?
I don't know, maybe 10 or
I have a
yesterday.
story.
What's up, Jeff?
I had a pencil sharpener, and as a kid, right, I tried sharpening a crayon, and I clogged the pencil sharpener with crayon, and then I blamed my brother and my parents. My dad, I think my dad spanked my brother. And the end.
Did you
I got
shoot him
away with it.
afterward?
Dad's a dickhead.
What the fuck?
No, my brother deserved it anyway. Yeah.
Wait, you want to die because of that?
Yes.
That's
No.
that big of a detriment.
I don't know. This is a stupid question.
Fine. Okay.
Next question.
I'll be
Corey,
realistic.
you know,
I have a question.
I didn't give you mine.
I have a
didn't give you
question.
mine.
I have a question.
What's that?
My friend had a dog who was crazy. We used to jump on the trampoline and pretend to be Super Saiyans because we were faggots.
You sounded like them.
So, and I swear to God, when you're a kid, you have so much energy. And like one time, the dog got super horny, and so we used to battle each other on the fucking trampoline to a point where we'd throw each other off into the dog den, and whoever landed would be fucking fucked by the dog.
You know, your dog, you saying the word dog reminded me of it. Okay.
I'm sorry. I fucking, pretend KOK and my friend off the fucking trampoline. He did like somersaults and shit and rolled into the backyard, and the dog came up and came all over the back of his head. Immediately.
I've never seen sperm come out of a dog before.
You're a liar.
It's true. It's true.
Not true.
I swear to fucking God, we used it as an excuse. It's like we can make it like this beast, so when we go out of bounds, he can attack us.
Yeah,
we had overactive imaginations. It wasn't gonna kill us.
You're like a 9 out of 10 animating and a 1 out of 10 storytelling.
What was yours? Oh, I stuck Skittles in a fucking pencil sharpener, and I want to kill my brother.
At least it makes sense.
That makes sense.
We said it's a dog flipping there and coming on himself. It's a lie.
You saying the word dog reminded me of a true story. I was at my cousin's house when I was about 12. I was much older than I should be for you to understand the context of the story. So I was 12 or 13, maybe 13. I'll say 12, so I saved myself some embarrassment.
Okay.
But it was his birthday party.
Almost an adult. Okay, go ahead.
Sure, yeah. Basically could drive and fuck women and do drugs and go to war. Right? Pretty much. But anyways, my cousin had a birthday party and he was turning 11. He was 1 year younger than me, but we had a bunch of soda. Probably more soda than I've ever had.
Really?
And then I fell asleep on his couch.
Well, what kind of soda?
Like Dr. Pepper
Oh,
Coke.
really heavy
Soda,
kind.
yeah. I wake up in a puddle of my own piss on the couch. Now, if you piss the bed, you can change the sheets. If you piss on a couch, what can you do? And I got terrified. I woke up covered in piss and I flipped the cushion upside down, back the other way. I went back to bed and pissed again on the other side. And I woke up and I was like, oh my God. And I slept on the floor. I slept on the floor and then they had a huge, like a Rottweiler or something. It sat on the couch. And his stepdad was like, who pissed on it? I was like, the dog did it. He was like, I've had the dog for like 5 years. My dog got pissed on the couch, you little liar. It was so embarrassing. Every time I think about that, I just shrivel up. I pissed twice on a couch and then flipped it over and pissed again.
Dude, I've pissed at my friend's fucking house.
Yes, but did you piss on a couch before?
Yeah.
What did
You looked at me like
Am I the only Chris and I are the only normal ones here, sort of.
Jeff, you pissed the bed when you were adults.
Jeff, ask me something a normal person would think.
That's something a normal person would think.
Yeah, a normal person would say and think.
What? Pretend to be. Wait, Corey. Pretend to be a normal person. Say a few things like what you think a normal person would say.
Okay, off to a good start, dude.
Holy shit.
So like your
The first thing that came to my head was the weather outside is
Pretend.
That's not something anybody would say, Corey. It's something a maniac like you would say. No fucking person would walk up to you and say the weather outside is frightful and fucking run either direction. Somebody quoted a fucking 50-year-old song to you.
You're insane, Corey. Corey.
Hey, I saw a guy at Wall yesterday who said, Frosty, the snowman. I was like, oh, that guy's normal, that's fine. That makes total sense. That's why people greet each other with fucking Christmas songs in the 70s.
Imagine you're in an office. You're an accountant.
Your paperwork.
And I come up to you, I'm like, Corey, we need these accountant things done by noon. Can you do it?
Corey,
I would nod and say I could.
Corey, what's the interest? What's the interest on the loan?
I would probably look at the number that says interest.
You have to figure it out. Do you have a calculator?
Pull out my phone.
Alright.
Beep, beep, beep. That's 42%.
Thank you.
Is it one of those Tamagotchi things that makes sounds like that?
Okay, so that's why we.
That answers the question.
That's why we would kill each other. Okay, someone else.
Sim the Geezer asks, did you ever consider quitting animation at one point? Like settling to be an accountant or some job other than animating?
Oh my God. Well,
I think you're not able
Should we start with? Why don't we start with Chris?
Let's first go down the way.
yeah.
That's a really weird, that actually did happen. There was a point where me and my parents, well, this was before I even pretty much, uploaded to even, I don't know, like even Newgrounds or anything.
Yeah.
This is at a point where I couldn't prove that I could ever make success out of it. And to be fair, you do gotta be lucky to make money from
It's true. There's a lot that you bank.
It's a lot of luck.
I can definitely see where my mom and dad were coming from when they were like, you should probably just kind of, train for something else just in case. at the time I was like, no, it's the waterproof fucking animator. And then we had big fights, and it was just like, you know what, that's it, I fucking give up. I never want to do this again. It's too much effort. It's too much fighting with my smelly, beautiful parents that I still love.
Yeah, surely you've wanted to quit though, as like after you've already started. There's been at least probably one point where you've wanted to quit, right?
No. If I wasn't doing animation, I'd have to be working in my dad's shop, and I hated working in the shop.
It takes a lot of patience to fucking deal with, like, oh, flash crashed, I lost all of the work. Oh, that's fine, I guess we're gonna have to keep doing this.
At one point, said you were gonna go back to your like.
You know, there's been a couple points where I was like, fuck this, I am just so done with this. I'd rather go back and, because sometimes it's too much effort. I'd rather just go to college or something.
I'll tell you this much. I actually went to school for illustration and graphic design, and that was actually like similar. If you just replace animation with illustration, I basically went from illustration to animation because I quit illustration because it was so fucking difficult. It got so hard at some point. I eventually quit, and I actually begged to work at an animation studio.
Really?
Yeah. And that actually went from working on like an animated TV show called VH1 Illustrated for a few years, and then I lost that job. I don't know. Now I'm working at Newgrounds doing like video game stuff. So I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, I went from basically oil painting to digital animation. So, Corey,
If you ever wanted to quit completely just because you're so frustrated or thought about saying fuck it?
Well, I guess for me, my mom always encouraged me to do what I enjoy. She's like, if you're in that situation, then you're better off than most people, so you should pursue that. So my mom always encouraged it, but my dad was against it all the way. Yeah.
he wanted you to be a professional weightlifter.
He wanted me. That's actually true.
real?
That's actually true. My mom met my dad when he was he was going to professional like lifting, like weight things where they like lift stuff in like huge lines.
Right.
Like a concentration camp lines and shit. Like, I'm telling you, it's scary.
With buff Jews instead of
Buff Jews.
sick Jews, yeah.
It's horrible. But,
You said concentration camps. I
was using it.
Let it be known. First podcast where I did not bring up Hitler once and Corey was the initiator.
Let me tell you
I am
something.
clean.
I'm pretty sure the first thing you think of when you think of that is long, drawn-out lines to the bathroom. That's exactly why I said it, because that's what I think
Okay,
of.
continue. Sorry.
Okay, well, anyways, like, my mom met my dad that way, and he took, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's thing on how to lift weights. When I was 1, they broke up, and so... But he was always like, you get a career, you don't fall back on art, make it a hobby. And then my mom was like, just do what you enjoy. And I'm like, well, I fucking hate working, so I guess I'll do what I enjoy.
When you were 1?
I was like drawing on myself, and she's like, you need to make
Do you not think
decisions.
it's kind of coincidental that they broke up when you were 1? It's pretty much they broke up because of you.
Did she look at you and you reminded her of her
Big
husband?
buff father, your
A
husband.
little version of the person she hates the
You're a
most in
little
this
buff
world.
I was like,
Buff
Bam
baby.
Bam, really huge biceps. And it's like,
Bam
well, what?
You know, that's like everybody says. A lot of artists say.
Your face looked like a baby when you did that. It was weird.
That's why I did it. Next question.
A lot of people. I just want to say something really quick. A lot of people say like, "Oh, my parents never accepted it." I never had that problem.
Me neither. My mom totally accepted
Yeah,
it. My
my-
dad didn't accept it, but I
Not
didn't give a
even
shit.
my dad. My dad was pretty.
Don't get me wrong. My parents
too.
like weren't against me being artsy or whatever. Like they always encouraged me to
They
draw
used to
and stuff.
fucking beat you, dude.
They did not.
They used to fucking
They
beat
beat you
you.
with your art pencil.
Burn you with solder irons.
Like they were never against art. They just like wanted me to kind of have a backup plan in case it failed,
You
which
said your
is
dad would.
totally
You
fair.
said your dad would put cigarettes out on you. Like he'd walk in and be like, "My little ashtray." And he puts it down in your face and put.
Well, you're like drawing
baby
your pants,
ashtray.
he fucking like burns you, and you're like,
Yeah, but it wasn't
"Ow."
that bad. It was only on
Jack-
places you can't see.
Yeah.
Would you like to ask the third question?
Oh, absolutely, Zach. Favorite food available at Wawa? I'm from the South and I'm inbred and my father is my uncle.
That's funny.
Which one of you would like to explain what Wawa is?
Wawa is it's like a convenience store / deli that you can go in and there's computer monitors and you push the buttons and you pick out what you want on it.
Sex face is ready
You
to
didn't
change.
like that second part. I added that in.
You did. Oh.
He said from the south and I wrote the second part. I just wanted to see if anybody.
I believed it. You got me.
So
you're a trick for that.
sorry, continue.
Anyway.
I was done.
Wawa's is a popular convenience store on the East
Coast.
Coast. Mostly popular in the tri-state area, which is like PA, Delaware, and New Jersey.
You basically
Frank, it's really
you get
nice.
like
It's
it's like getting
beautiful.
like $5 subs.
It's like Subway plus 7-Eleven. It's like, oh god.
That's exactly, yeah. It's
Smoothies,
fantastic.
they do club
Here's the
sandwiches.
thing. Here's the thing I like about it. It's open 24/7.
That's what the best part.
Which is, I can always go down there at 3:30 in the morning like a total fucking creep and get anything I want. It's clean inside. There's no like frowning, like I know this is how terrible this is.
Frowning?
There's no frowning. Certain types of people at you, looking at you on the counter. They're always friendly, have a friendly demeanor about them.
Yeah, but then there's like you forget walking into it. It's like its own journey because you have all these like scary homeless people that are trying to bite at your ankles.
The only bad thing about Wawa,
Show you pennies.
the only bad thing I've seen is they're not an actual gas station. You can't buy gas at Wawa. But
No,
it's
you
not really-
can.
What's that?
You can at some.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, I guess. But favorite food from Wawa, what is your answer? Mine would be the 6-inch turkey sandwich with tomatoes, lettuce,
Not bad.
Parmesan cheese, a little sprinkle of Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper sometimes.
Parmesan.
Yeah, Parmesan.
I get the roasted turkey sandwich as well with like a little bit of mayo and tomato and peppers. Just like the normal stuff. But I don't get like pretty much I try to get everything but not everything because
Yeah.
I know it's a hassle and then some of this stuff like sogifies their sandwich. But that's another thing that I've noticed from like Wawa journeying. You go to certain Wawas, depending on the people who are making your sandwiches, you
yeah.
get different quality of sandwich.
Some people are fucking surgeons, some people
Yeah.
are blind like maniacs,
Yeah, no, I'm
throwing shit everywhere.
I like open up, like, I'm like, oh man, I'm so hungry, and I open it up, and it just like falls all over the floor.
You know what I
like-
stopped? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, like people who work at Subway, they you can tell they have a very strict rule about how many
Yeah.
slices of cheese,
Oh,
how to
yeah.
put on the sandwich. Wawa is more like, kind of whatever you feel
Depends on
like.
how nice the guy is.
Wild card. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, one time I got a turkey or a chicken sandwich. It was a Caesar salad sandwich. I got it from Wawa. It was probably the most foul thing I've ever had in my
Yeah.
life.
The only,
It was
the
no
only,
such thing as a Caesar salad sandwich.
only bad thing I ever had from Wawa
No,
was,
it was just chicken salad sandwich.
Oh, okay.
I had a tuna salad. No, it was chicken salad. It was just chicken. It was like chicken. It was basically a tuna salad, but it was chicken.
Yeah.
I never got so repulsed by something in my life. But it's weird because like the rest of it's totally fine. Like the turkey sandwich is great.
Yeah.
So is the little chicken sandwich with the breaded chicken with the cheese. It's delicious.
My favorite, I think, is every Thanksgiving they have a sandwich called the Gobbler, which is
that-
basically a Thanksgiving sandwich, a Thanksgiving dinner in a hoagie.
Is that the
Do you know
turkey
what you
and gravy?
shouldn't get?
It's turkey, stuffing, like gravy, and even cranberry sauce, all in a hoagie sandwich.
Don't ever get the fucking gravy turkey sandwich. Cause guess
I
what?
got the gravy turkey
I
too.
got the fucking gravy turkey
I was like, happy
sandwich.
Thanksgiving.
And I'm like, oh, how bad can this be? I swear to God, it was just mucus pouring out of the fucking thing. I couldn't eat it because it was just like, I felt like I was handling a salamander. It was really creepy.
I eat a lot of those. Anytime I eat gravy or something, I eat that with like a fork. And
I had to eat my sandwich with a fork. I had to cut it. I was like, God
But
damn, I
here's the
regret
thing,
this.
I got it again at the Wawa near the work.
Yeah.
And then confidence. They put the gravy inside the sandwich. They weren't doing it. They didn't put it to the fucking gravy machine. They're like, this is a ice cream sundae for this
So they had
person.
piss all over it.
I've ordered roast beef sandwiches with lettuce and cheese. I've gotten home and the inside was just lettuce and cheese. You know what's kind of like a sidetrack just we should explain too? I said the word hoagie.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm from the Midwest, so I was new to this too.
Yeah.
Sub is the
Yeah.
word. I'm new to the word hoagie also, but
If you go to one of those maps where like you can look up like local dialect or local words. If you look up hoagie, it's like the smallest little red dot like in the middle of eastern middle Pennsylvania around
Yeah.
Philadelphia. It's but yeah, anyway.
so you don't think when you say though, it's like hoagie. It's like 'cause that's what they call it. They say get a hoagie at Wawa. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Because it was like a sandwich thing, but what I always thought it was like a variation of like, because it sounded really good. I'm like, is it like a pizza and a sandwich?
No, it's,
because at the
it's
time,
just the stuff. It's just the.
at the time, those are the coolest things. I
Wawa has
bought.
good pizzas. They do these little cute little pizzas. They taste real nice.
They are pretty good for like $6. You can get those pan pizzas.
You know what my favorite thing of Wawa is? The fucking goddamn mango milkshake.
Oh, the milkshakes.
Yeah, they have really good smoothies.
They have really good smoothies.
Chris always gets his little smoothies, little cookie.
They do amazing cookies. They do them. No,
They do.
I gotta say,
They do.
the Wawa's
They-
best chocolate
they-
chip cookies.
They have really good cookies.
You know what actually
It
happened?
sounds like it's paid for
Melted
now.
in your mouth cookies.
You know what happened to me at Wawa once?
What?
I got a chocolate chip cookie, and when I got home, it tasted like they had accidentally dropped it into a deep fried fire or something. It was just.
Oh, because it was so so charred.
It was no, it was covered in like fucking chili grease or something. It was just gross. Made me fucking not happy. I know.
I must have spent I swear, I don't think I'm exaggerating. I think I spent over $10,000 at Wawa
Over the last
over
few
the
years.
last several years.
I think
yeah.
over this last year, I've probably eaten or spent money on on like fucking 50 subs.
The thing is, you could honestly go to Wawa every day and be totally mutually inspired.
And they actually have like special dietary sandwiches that you can get, like sub diet
You
sandwiches.
can get those like $500 like sub or sorry, not 500
So
calories.
they're looking out for you.
We should probably just move on.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, we live by.
I know it's free. They're free advertisement.
But we also did we had some gross ass fucking mucus turkey sandwiches.
You're fucking.
And a fucking nasty ass chili. Fuck you, Wawa.
Fuck you, Wawa. Your macaroni and cheese. Fucking Wawa. That is good.
Macaroni and shit.
Macaroni and cheese isn't as good when it's with fucking stuffing. Who the fuck eats macaroni and stuffing? You
Nobody.
put macaroni and potatoes.
They don't put stuff in
They
it.
do. They have it as an option.
Why did you order it?
Because one day I was
big
really
dummy.
drunk. And I was like,
But maybe there's one disgusting, foul old man out there who's like, I love macaroni and stuffing.
yeah, but macaroni and potatoes is really good.
You're right.
Next question. God.
Hawaii Boy 25 asks, a film is being made about Sleepy Cabin. Which director would you want to make the film, and who would you want to portray each of you?
Roman Polanski.
Why?
Because he's a pedophile.
Edgar,
Woody Allen.
Woody Allen.
Why? Because he's a pedophile.
Talented pedophile.
Actually, I looked into Woody Allen. He's not really that much of a...
Bill Cosby.
You want to be Bill Cosby, or you want
I want the person to play me.
Bill Cosby?
Bryan Singer.
Doc Brown.
I want to be played by Jamie Kennedy.
Doc Brown.
I'll be Ryan Phillippe. How about that?
Jamie Kennedy can do my stupid whiny voice.
Who's that one guy who starred as Freddy Got Fingered's father?
Rip Thorne.
It's Thorne. Why do you say Thorne?
Because he's fucking. It sounds like Thorne.
Rip Thorne will play the likeness of Corey in the Sleepy Cabin movie.
You want him to be you?
He'd be like,
You should just be.
This is fucking autistic.
You should be Seth Rogen.
I hate fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if Seth Rogen played my likeness, I would.
Hey guys, I love Wall. I hate the fucking stuff.
We could share the same laugh.
Guys.
Although I don't share his appeal of weed. I'll tell him. that.
No, Corey, you're Rip Thorne.
Who directed though? Who'd you guys?
I'm Rip Thorne.
I don't want Jamie Kennedy.
I'm
Fuck
Rip
that.
Thorne.
Thorn.
Thorne.
It's not Thor.
I don't care. Thorne.
Rip Thorne.
Rip Thor.
Rip Thorne's from the
Thor. Who directed, Jeff?
fucking Cordy.
Who would direct it?
Paul Verhoeven. I think he'd be a good director, right?
Sure.
Big crazy. He also did. He also did.
No, that's not. No, I love those
Total
movies.
Recall. He did. What else did he do?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, fuck you, Chris.
I love those movies, but you can't have him. He's too good. We deserve someone
Who's
like.
the director who did like This Is For all his Paul Rudd movies?
Oh, Judd Apatow.
Yeah, there
he
you
would
go.
do it.
Judd Apatow.
He would do it.
Sleepy Cabin movie.
Judd Apatow.
Who'd play me?
That fucking retard from The Office, Dwight.
No, I'd be the old guy.
Dude, that would be great.
I'd be the fucking Jigsaw, the old guy from Saw.
Why do we have these old geriatric fucks like sitting on the couch?
That'd be terrifying. Just replace the guy from Saw.
I want to be Clint Eastwood then.
Yes.
Let's get Clint Eastwood.
Chris, who are you? Chris, who are you?
You're Jamie Kennedy.
You can be whoever you
No,
want.
I don't want to be Jimmy Kennedy. Give me someone, not Jimmy Kennedy.
You choose.
You could be.
You could be Bill Cosby.
I want to be.
You could be. That's not Bill Cosby. You could be.
Dude, who would suit me? Come on.
Who would suit you?
An old Irish.
Fuck off with your old Irish. What actor looks like me and could do my voice?
What about Josh Peck?
Danny DeVito.
Oh,
Danny DeVito.
Really?
Dude, Danny DeVito? Yes.
I would happily take it.
Yes.
Jeff, that's really mean of you.
Dude.
But also,
You're so not Danny DeVito.
Hold on.
Don't even be offended.
I'm
Jesus.
Rip Torn, Danny DeVito, the old guy from Saw, Clint Eastwood.
Speaking of the old guy from Saw, you know, when Aaron visited Ireland, he saw my dad and he was like, "You look like the old guy from Saw."
What? To your dad's face?
Do you think my dad looks like the old guy from Saw?
Literally nothing like it.
I actually did see a resemblance.
The old guy from Saw.
Yeah, the guy
That's his colloquial term.
guy who stands up like a zombie and walks off the camera.
Chris, I'm honestly racking my brain to think who would play you.
How about John Candy?
Jimmy Stewart's corpse. There you go.
Jimmy Stewart's corpse?
Yeah.
I want Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis? Who's he?
He's the guy who plays.
He runs the
Gollum.
circus, Corey.
You can be Gollum. You can be the guy in like the fucking like. The
Yeah, Chris, that'd be great if you like motion capture
like
doing
this.
just freaky CG face.
Just a normal CG dude.
Yeah, it looks exactly like you just CG'd.
You're Gollum with fucking Chris.
Dude, that'd be the
Steele's
creepiest
face.
movie ever.
You're like
Who's
this. You're perched like this.
Who's directing it
You're
again?
perched like the fucking.
Good episode.
Judd Apatow is directing a movie with Rip Torn, Clint Eastwood, the old guy from Saw, and a CG Chris
He's
O'Neill.
kickstarting it right now.
I would pay to see that. I'm not lying. That would be a fucking disaster.
Steve Stamper, yeah.
No.
Oh, you know who Stamper is? He's the the guy who's the villain in Last Action Hero, the old guy. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, I saw Last Section here.
The guy with the axe. He's just this creepy.
Let's say Larry David plays him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Larry David.
Oh yeah, Larry David would be perfect.
Stamper, he's an old man.
Yeah, no, we're all old guys anyways. Who the fuck cares?
Clint Eastwood's like 85.
You're CGI Chris. You're fucking PlayStation graphics CGI Chris.
They didn't even like camera track me.
You're a creepy second like character.
I'm just layered on top of the screen.
You're like, hey guys.
You're not even anti-alias.
You like fucking sit down and your body's like lifting up when you're sitting.
I don't even have hair physics. It's painted on my head.
It's just like defying
Flying in the
gravity.
background. Flipping everywhere.
It's like shitty first time Blender effects and you're cool.
Okay,
When you turn your head, you're fucking jellyfish hair.
we're
Like
kickstarting the movie. Make sure to check it out on Kickstarter. Joe
Sleepy Cabin original.
Apatow's directing. He's on side for it.
Okay, so Count or asks, do any of you like anything a lot that no one else seems to dislike, or dislike anything everyone else seems to like?
So do we like something that everyone else hates, or hate something everyone else likes?
Oh yeah, I do.
Is it Freddy got fingered, Corey?
That's right.
I saw the look in your eyes,
Dude,
Corey.
You saw the finger in your eye.
Let me tell you something.
Corey, tell me how you about Freddy got fingered.
If you want to talk about a movie that gives you a twinkle in your eye, that's Freddy Got Fingered.
Can I explain why I hate that movie with a fucking real palpable like hatred?
Hold on. First of all, I already said it. Rip Torn.
Yeah.
Or Thorn, as he's known in the Hollywood days.
He was never as that ever.
He's amazing as a dad. Because he sits there and was like, you're a fucking goddamn idiot. Fucking idiot. And then like, he's just like, I just want to make you proud, Dad. He's like, I hate you.
I like when he just screams, just like, oh! Funny shit.
There's I'm telling you, there's just one joke in that fucking movie. The context of it is just he's making fucking cheese sandwiches at some like shitty place in some shitty area, and this guy walks up and he's just like putting cheese in. He's like making a fucking like cheese mummy, and a guy walks up. He's like, "Hey retard, cheese on my sandwich." In a fucking cheese store.
The reason, can I explain why I hate that movie? Because Chris was like, you gotta see this movie, it's the funniest movie ever.
It is!
And I was like, alright, sweet. And by the way,
I didn't say that, you're a liar.
Both you and Corey saw when you were like, what, 13, right? Right. I saw it as a fucking, as an adult in his early 20s. For the first time.
It's such a good movie for like people who hate themselves.
I don't care, right?
And I paid $2 for it! I paid money for it!
Poor baby.
I paid money for it!
Okay, wait.
It's got 5 what?
It's got 5 legitimately funny parts, and I will agree, it's got lots of try-hard, stupid
I sat there with a blank face. The only funny part of that movie was looking at you, frantically looking at me every time something funny happened. Every time you laughed, you looked at me, and I was
Daddy,
standing
would
there.
you like some sausage? When he swings the baby around, I know that part's kind of try-hard, but I still thought it was funny.
I hate that deer part.
That deer part is gay. I will admit that.
I hate that part.
The part where he like jerks off penises and drinks cum, that's not funny. It's just like the gag.
So you describe me that's funny than it actually is.
That's part at the end.
It's the main movie with his dad. He's like, I'm so proud
Yeah.
of you, son. And then he goes off and blows his money on stupid shit.
Yeah,
and his
that's
dad's just like, what is wrong with you?
I feel like
I got you a bag of jewels.
Do you feel you like it because you feel like you can relate to Freddy?
That's true. He is.
Freddy is the guy who gets
He
put
is
in
like
jail.
an insane, like really talented animator who's
What's
just
the
like
main
out of his
guy's name?
fucking mind.
John Green.
Tom Green's the main guy. Is that his name of the
So
movie?
yeah,
though?
that's something I enjoy that I know no one
Is
will
it not
ever.
Freddy?
No, Freddy's the brother
Freddy's
that
the
he
brother.
lies about. He said my brother Freddy got fingered by my dad.
Oh.
Right? Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's like and then he gets sent.
I
to
saw like a
fucking
year ago, and
finger.
I blocked all of it out of my mind. I know like 2 parts. Chris, you don't like the Beatles, do you? That's something everyone else likes.
I like the
I mean,
Beatles.
I don't hate them.
You don't hate them,
I just
but
don't like them.
Is there anything, Jeff, that you
Yes.
like or dislike that everyone else likes or dislikes?
Yes.
What's that?
Well, I dislike racists, even though everybody else seems to love
Racists?
Racists.
Racist people?
Racists?
You dislike racists?
Yeah.
That everyone else likes them?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You know, everyone else does call them racist all day. It kind of
Everybody's walking around being like those Negroes, and I'm like, you're out of line, sir.
Sir, can you please stop? I'm trying to make a sandwich.
I don't like you.
I think people shouldn't interbreed. Keep the race pure. You're like, can you chill down?
Mongrel races. I'm like, sir.
That movie.
I don't agree with you.
There's two movies that I like that everyone else hates.
What?
Well, I guess one movie. Hear me out. Hot Tub Time Machine.
That movie stinks.
I don't.
You have a movie.
I'll tell you why.
People stand behind, but they don't understand, and I understand.
I don't hate that. I don't love the movie Hot Tub Time. Let me defend myself here. Let me defend myself.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
I don't love the movie Hot Tub Time Machine. I just don't hate it.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
I'll tell you why I like it. It's not offensively. It's not offensive.
In all fairness, Zach, it's just
it's harmless.
It's like in the harmless category.
I swear to God,
movie.
the director said to John Cusack, "Act like Nicolas Cage," and that pisses me off so bad.
The movie's harmless. It's not. There's never a joke where they try too hard. It's all just harmless.
There's loads of
Dude, there's a lot of
dude, that
What
movie
try hard?
sucks.
What try hard parts? What?
The fucking bald guy who plays in like
You
children's
don't like Rob
hospital?
Corddry? I think I like.
He had so many try-hardy parts. He was try-hardy.
When was the last time you
embodiment.
saw it though? Watch it again. I think you'll think differently.
I watched it when I was like 16 and I hated
I've
it.
watched it,
I don't hate that movie.
dude. The second one.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah, but if you want
one's-
to talk about it, the main guy is fucking the guy.
I like Rob Corddry. He was the best part of War Bodies.
Dude, he's a good actor. I'll give him that. He's funny. But in that movie, he was over the top, try-hardy.
I like Rob Corddry.
He's like, listen,
I would not watch the movie Hot Tub Time Machine if I had other movies to watch. But I'm saying I don't hate that movie. It's
See,
not bad. It gets way too much hatred.
This is the thing. Zach is being unreasonable.
Dude, the whole time he was just like, hey, have you screwed a girl yet? You're gay. And
Watch it again.
Zach
it's
is
not as bad.
he's like a baby man-child who's just poking people with sticks the whole time.
Should we talk about Your Highness?
Yes.
I like
about
Your
your
Highness.
Jeff likes Your Highness. Jeff likes a gay movie.
Look, here's the thing.
Jeff goes on and on about Your Highness.
There's a lot of movies I hate, but I like Your Highness.
I do too.
I think it's funny.
You see, and I'm one of those people who watches
And you look at
horrible
it,
shit.
and it looks like a stupid stoner movie, like a medieval stoner movie.
The title, especially.
I like the plot.
And
the plot was
Zach, you know, we're trying to be fair to Zach, but he's not being fair to us.
No.
Oh, I joke.
Yo,
It's in jest.
The question was what are things, not movies, but I guess all we ever talk about.
I mean, like, I guess
Well, I mean,
things in general. I can't really think of like.
that goes to movies, bands, stuff people do, games. Yeah, that goes to everything.
Cows.
Oh, I
like
guess like
cows.
Sims. I like simulators. Like I like certain simulator games. A lot of people are like, that's lame. But I wouldn't spend up to like $50 for a fucking simulator game.
I think.
But for free, I'll play like Bus Simulator. And excited.
I don't like
Second.
Let's Players there. I know
You
a
don't
bitch
like
about
Let's
them.
Players?
No.
Ouch, that really
What if
hurts.
a Let's Player went up to you and was like, Jeff, why don't you start my thing? And he kissed you on the nose.
I'm sure not all of them are bad, but a lot of them are.
99%.
What if he?
100%.
What if a Let's Player?
99.999.
If you're a Let's Player and you're listening
If you're
I'm not
only-
talking about you. I'm talking about everybody else.
Jeff just pointed a fucking 6 caliber at the mic.
He pointed a shotgun right at the microphone and it was like, come on, bitches. Jeff's a straight up gangster and pointed his gun sideways.
I'm just thinking about guys playing games like talk like this. Ha ha! I'm funny. Fuck you.
Jeff,
You know who you are.
Give every reason why they're bad.
They're not funny.
Try.
They rely on other people's content to make their fucking living. Most of them can't just create something from nothing. They rely on.
No, if the internet shut, the best way to put it is if YouTube shut down, if the internet shut down, these guys would have nothing to do.
Yeah, they'd be working at Walmart.
Yeah. I mean, at the
Like
very
crazy
least,
schizophrenics.
I mean, it would hurt our livelihood, but at least we could draw. We could go to some studio or something for some TV show. We have.
I will say there are a few Let's Plays I watch. I'm not going to say, oh, I ban Let's Plays from my view because I watch speedruns and I watch Let's Plays.
Sure. I mean, look.
I like Let's Plays if they're funny or interesting, which most of them are not.
Here's the problem. A lot of them saw a formula that worked and just did that.
So in conclusion,
Don't be a lazy cunt. Challenge yourself and do something besides playing games on YouTube. Thank you.
JJ Awesome 77 writes, "What is a movie
funny, Jeff?
you guys think deserves a reboot?"
I like the movie The Wraith. It's like the Fast and Furious with sci-fi, and I think it should be remade. Thank you.
There aren't a lot of movies that I think actually work well when rebooted, like somewhat necessary. It's like you never need to reboot like Total Recall.
Yeah.
But there's some series that I was like, oh, they've been dead for a long time, so why not reboot them? Like Planet of the Apes. They tried to reboot that series in 2001 with Mark Wahlberg and it fucking blew.
Yeah.
And they actually did a better job in the reboot, and actually the reboot I think is on par with the originals, if not better, I'd say. At least on par, at least.
For which movie?
No, they did do some
Planet of the
crap.
Apes.
Oh, Planet of the Apes is great.
I love the first play, like the 69, 68 version, whichever year came out. I love that movie, but the reboot I think is very well done.
Outside of the guy, the corporate guy who's unnecessarily evil and greedy.
Yeah, the second one I think was better than the first one.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah,
they've learned how to improve. Your answer was
the Wraith. It's a movie where a kid gets killed and he comes back. It's not even clear. He comes back as like a ghost alien. You're not even sure what he is, but he drives this black Dodge. He was murdered by like a gang of dudes who race cars.
That sounds like Pumpkinhead.
They bully people. They basically find a dude with a nice car and they're like, listen, I'm gonna race you for your pink slip for your car. And then they beat him and they fucking take his car and drive away and leave the dude and his girlfriend out on like some country road without a car. And they do this to everybody in town, but then they kill this kid and he comes back as a ghost alien in a black car. And he races them and he basically, the way he kills him, I'm not explaining this very well. He basically races them. That's what he does. He races them, and then he goes ahead of them, and he turns around and comes back and crashes into them head on and kills them. And then his car flies into a million parts, and it comes back together, and then he drives off.
That's cool.
And then he does it to the next guy.
That's cool.
It is a cool movie.
Did you guys ever see They Live?
Yeah.
I think that movie would be interesting if it was rebooted, just because it's such a bizarre movie. It's so fucking strange.
Yeah, no, that would work.
Like even just movies that nobody's ever heard of. The kind of, I mean, people have heard of that movie. But it's one of those more bizarre. You can't say a movie is like They Live. What can you say is like that movie? Exactly. It's just so bizarre and so out there.